All right, so we played 9 hours or so, probably closer to 8, but I've been streaming for 9 hours of Babylon's Fall. And I love this fucking game. Simply put, I love this game. This is a genre that is so polarizing, and I don't understand why. I remember reading, and I don't know if it's because Platinum Games has made, which is developer for this group, for this game. I don't know if it's because they have made other games that were more so single player oriented, but I would see people's comments, and they were going into it with the expectation that this was basically going to be another Souls game, and or a Souls like type of game, and it was going to be primary single player. Though we do know, like Elden Ring, for example, has co-op, but it's kind of gimmicky. And when the people found out that it was really focusing on the multiplayer, you had people that seemed to just immediately talk down upon it. And then I saw people kind of reviewing it just because I wanted to get their perspective, and their perspective was completely coming from, well, they're going in it for the most part playing it solo, and it's like, okay, same thing I did with my little Elden Ring initial review. Same thing I'm gonna do right now. Who is this game for? This game is for people that are into online RPGs. It is a hub based. It's not open world, but if you're into online RPGs, and more importantly, if you can get a group of people that are playing with you, you know what I mean? Like, this shit is a blast. You've watched my stream, me, Radio played. We got Napa finally with his account situated, and we got Napa in there. We played with threes, and it was a blast, especially those boss battles with threes. We just fought one. That was a blast. But I could see where if you're going through it solo, your experience is not gonna be anywhere near where I'm at. RPG elements of the game is standard. We haven't even unlocked most of the real game really unlocks when you get this like Gideon Coffin. We haven't even got there yet. Base gameplay is so far from the get go is that you're going through the basic story stuff, and you drop into you're kind of unlocking each level. Simple as that, and you plan through them. I mean, it's really that fucking simple. Thing I do like about it is that you can't, like, I'm at a power level 17. Depending on what part of the mission, and I will go show you guys this for perspective. Considering the part of the mission, which you get your missions here, and you go look at them. Each one, we already tested that just now. Like, for example, if you are on this part of the Tower of Babylon, you cannot get anything higher than level 20 gear. So I do like that they kind of did it that way. We just were able to kind of carry, but we weren't really leveling up. We carried our homie Napa to get him back leveled up with us, and we're kind of good to go. But the RPG elements, they're standard, but they're good, right? It has your rare kind of items, what you expect, common, all of that stuff, and they all have different enchantments on them. We haven't got to any part where we can change them or anything, enchantments, yet. I would imagine you're probably going to be able to do some of that kind of stuff with in-game content. Or maybe they're probably locked. I don't know. But we'll see. And I will update you guys just like I will with the Elden Ring situation. When I play it more, we'll probably do a 10, 20, 30-hour review or whatever. But the thing I love about this game so much, and this is something that I've ranted and raved about before. I know this is what people kind of expect from Platinum Games anyway, is the combat system. It is a live response action combat system. Yes, some of the enemies can feel spongy at times, but there's stats that are built into that can make something happen, like with the impact and all of that. And you can knock enemies back. You've seen me do that if you're watching me live. I love it. I absolutely love that element of it. So it does still, despite some of the bigger enemies feeling spongier, there's still weight to everything it is that you do. Of course, there's dodge mechanics, all of that, like that you can dodge in the air. But the thing that makes this unique, and we haven't unlocked where it really opens up the gameplay anyway, but the thing that makes this game unique as far as the action combat system is that I'm going to actually see if I can drop in one real quick and just to show you guys for reference, because this is such an important thing. Right now, we're kind of in a hub. You can't really attack or anything. How you jump into a game with your buddies is you can create your little private headquarters is what they call it. Y'all can go in and then y'all can kind of load in from the quest board wherever y'all want to go. So I'm going to load into like the first quest on the Tower of Babylon. I'm not going to obviously play it or anything, but I just want to show you guys something real quick. As far as what we're talking about with the gameplay, or what I'm talking about with the gameplay, and why I like this game fucking so much and why I'm having a blast. It's really centered around the gameplay, and it makes a cool dynamic gameplay, especially when you're playing with others. For you guys that played MMOs, you're already going to know and experience that. But the thing about this is that because it's more geared for the action, there's weight to it. So the thing about this and what they made it unique, you see I have 4 weapons, right?
Do be careful.
And by the way, you see all of these weapons and stuff. It looks like it gets in the way. You don't even notice it in combat. So I'm playing on controller on the PS5, by the way. And you can see like you have your basic attack is square, your basic attack, and you can kind of chain up some light attacks and stuff as well. And you can do stuff by not only pressing it, but holding it. So I can do a combo differentiation, between pressing and holding it. And then of course you have your heavy attack. You can charge this bad boy up for a while and unleash. This is my hammer. Of course you can do that. And depending on what enchantments you got other cool things that come with it. Now the thing about this thing is that, so this little deal that's on your back, you have these kind of, let's consider them power items for the sake of making it simple and not giving the story away, with this thing on your back. So you got the L2 and the R2, right? So the thing that I love about this, and it's the meter is up at the right, and that's also your dodge is tied to that as well, that little spirit meter. So you can't just spam it, though you can kind of rekindle it depending on what enchantments and stuff that you have, gear, items, all of that stuff. You can kind of expect that. But the thing that is so cool about this, like I have this like sword that's just kind of going around attacking people, right? The thing about that and what makes it so cool is that while that's going off, I can still attack while mixing up my square and my triangle. And then what we found out is that I can even do that with both of the back power items. So I have the sword, I have my shield, and I have all that. Yeah, you can't spam it. You see I ran out of spirit and I can't do it. But not only can you do that, there's an element of the game that either we haven't figured out or that it's not going to be unlocked until, again, we get to get in Coffin. But each attack, there's 3 different attack styles, or attack modes is what Platinum Games call them. It's a standard, there's a power, and there's a technical. They pretty much mean what they mean. Standard is what we're playing right now. Power is that your swing or whatever on that given item is going to be more geared towards laying powerful attacks. And then the technical, which is the one I'm trying to get unlocked, is for the more experienced players that it opens up for you. You have so many different combos, and it shows you this on the help system. Unfortunately, it doesn't help you out a lot and tell you how to do shit. If I go, did I miss it? Hold on real quick. I'm gonna just to show you guys. Where's that at? Huh. Did I miss it? Oh, it's because I'm probably in the I'm not in the, all right, let me see. Can I like abort or something like that? Yeah, I can. All right, we'll go back. I'll show you. I think you can't access it here. But you'll see it. There's like 10 freaking combos alone. 11, I think, actually is a direct number. Alone that you can do on the, like with the sword, on the technical deal. And there's like timing elements that's going to be implemented. So imagine doing all of that. And the cool thing is that you have those 4 weapons. When the game opens up, you'll be able to add those 3 different attack modes that I just mentioned on each of those different weapon deals. Let me see if I can access it here. Yeah, I can access it here now. So it shows you kind of here in the controls. And if you have actually figured out how to do it prior to getting that Gideon's thing, let me know, because we haven't been able to figure it out. But for example, let's do it sword combat. Sword combat has all these different combos that you're going to be able to do. But also because of like what that shit is about regarding the technical shit, attack modes or whatever, there's timing elements in the attack mode, in the technical attack mode, that will give you boost and do different attacks and stuff, which I'm really excited for. So you can literally plan that out for each different weapon. So as you're building out your character, which I'm building more of a tank character, if I wanted my like the triangle, that weapon was tied to the hammer, and I want to enter that into like a power kind of attack mode, I could do that. That is cool, and it makes a very dynamic gameplay. Not just necessarily when you're fighting with yourself or by yourself, but when you make for other people. Like you got Rady, who we've been playing with. She was doing her healing. She had her healing items and all of that. And what she was doing, we were getting those boosts. And it just made for very cool gameplay, especially once we got Napa in. So I can imagine a full team before it could get freaking nuts. They do have some pretty nice boss battles. We have fought 2 of them, one of which was really cool. This big, like, massive knight that we fought was doing all kinds of crazy shit. But it was a blast. I'm having fun on this game. I know why people are critical of it, because it wasn't what I think some people did it or wanted it to be. But to be fair to Platinum Games, this was the direction that they were pretty open about what it is they were trying to do. If you watched what all the developers were trying to do, or what they were saying about it, was like, hey, we wanted to build this kind of unique online action RPG. This is what the game was supposed to be. And talked about this with other games. You have folks that go into it like, well, I wanted this game to be this. Even though they never marketed it that way, I wanted this game to be this, and because it's not that, I'm mad. And it's fucking stupid. Because you're going into it with an expectation that of what the game you wanted it to accomplish, though that wasn't what the developer set out to do, because that wasn't the type of game that they wanted to build. Like us online action RPGers can't get shit. And I'm not talking about those tab MMOs. I'm talking like shit that got combo mechanics built into like the controller set. We can't have fucking nothing without these single player cats always griping that, well, I can't matchmake, I guess because you ain't got friends or some shit. It's fucking weird, man. It's weird. But I'm having a blast on this game. If you are into action online or like action games per se, and you've played Platinum Games previous installments, you're gonna love the game. More so if you actually play it. If you get a team of a couple of guys to play it with you, and it does have a matchmaking system. I haven't tested it out, but a team to play with you, you guys are gonna have a fucking fun playing it, just on the gameplay alone. Not focusing so much on the story. The story is a story that didn't seem to be the primary focus. They have some cool art elements and stuff, but that doesn't seem to be the primary focus. It's more driven by its gameplay. So gameplay, it's a blast. I'm having a lot of fun. We'll see, and we'll have another review for when I'm 20 hours in. We'll see what happens, but I'm having a blast on this goddamn game. So yep, that's my initial thoughts. I think it's something that's worth picking up if you like those types of games that I mentioned, but it's probably not going to be up to your taste if you were looking for like some single player, very expansive story, immersive fantasy RPG. That's not what this game is. It is an online RPG, and it really focuses on the online elements to really bring out what this game is all about. So, yep. Hope you enjoy it.